Welcome back. Founded in 2017 in the Bronx, Shoot Hoops Not Guns Classic is more than just a basketball league, it's a movement. Their goal is to empower individuals by addressing the issues of gun violence within our community. They use basketball as a tool to build connections, foster personal growth, and promote a culture of safety and positivity. We are now joined by the founder of Shoot Hoops Not Guns Classic, Trent Major. Trent, thank you so much for joining me.
No problem.
Now, can you share the inspiration behind the founding of Shoot Hoops Not Guns Classic, especially when it was founded in 2017?
Well, the goal was at first just to have a neighborhood basketball game, to bring everybody together, get some laughs, run up and down. As it developed, you noticed we had a crowd. Well, I noticed we had a crowd, and that moment I realized I could really make a change in my community by saving some lives and giving everybody another chance besides being in the streets making the wrong decision.
Now, why did you choose basketball as a central tool for addressing gun violence in your community?
Well, one thing that brings everybody together is sports. I figure we have a basketball court, I have a platform, why not use this to bring everybody together?
Now, I love the title Shoot Hoops Not Guns, but can you explain what that means to you and your organization?
It means to me you have another option out there besides being out there making the wrong decision. So the title Shoes Not Guns is what it is. Shoe hoops, not guns. This basketball court, run up and down, shoot the basketball. Besides being out there making the wrong decision, shooting something you're not supposed to be doing.
Now, how has, the organization made a difference in the Bronx since, its beginnings?
Well, right now I would say every summer since 2017, I could say youth-wise, we done saved about 200 to 250 lives by getting kids in the park for the 5 to 6 hours running up and down. So the goal is to grow from 250 to 450 and everything. But right now, in the 7 years that we have, I can say the feedback and the growth of the lives we have been saving is emerging.
That's amazing. And do you have any particular stories or, just people that have stood out to you since you started the program?
Particularly the youth, like the parents. I grew up with some of the parents, so they had kids. So to see them bring their kids there and to continue what we started is like, it's overwhelming to me because now our lives are saved and now we're trying to save the next generation's lives. So it sticks out to me when I see parents saying, I want my kid to participate in the video because I know you have them under control when you'll put them in the right path.
That's amazing, and I love that it's kind of showing that it's continuing that sense of community. Because I know that a lot of people, once they kind of grow up, they move away and they kind of go into their own little separate spaces. But to show that it's kind of helped build community is amazing. With that, what kind of feedback have you received from the participants or their families in the community?
Just to walk in that park and see those smiles on those kids' faces, knowing today is the day we're going to be playing basketball and everything, really brings a smile to my face. So we get extraordinary feedback where the point where the kids and the parents and everybody is there before you even set up. So I just get excited thinking about it because the goal is really to get those kids in that park and save their lives for them hours, for them to spread the word to their friends, for the parents to spread the words to other parents that's not even in the community to bring their kids over. Hey, listen, your kid will be safe here from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and everything. And with those hours there, knowing that they're in the park playing basketball, knows that those 5, 6 hours they're not in the streets making the wrong decisions.
Now, what values or lessons do you hope, the children, the people in the program kind of gain from being a part of it?
Well, for one, if you're not a kid that likes basketball and you're with us for those 5, 6 hours and throughout the summer and everything, hey, who knows? You might develop a love for the game. Now you might want to pursue high school basketball. You might want to pursue go to college. You might want to get a job in the basketball field. So we're giving you more options than just playing basketball. You can develop a love for the game and want to pursue and do something else besides just playing the game.
I think that's amazing because one, it's introducing, people to something, as you mentioned, that they don't know they would have liked. But, how could it also impact them, in school, whether that's like learning how to make friends or the importance of collaboration? Can you explain maybe some skills that they've gain from being in the program?
Well, with the game of basketball and sports in general, it's a team thing. So when you're on that court developing chemistry and making new friends and everything, you could do the same thing in school in the classroom. Teamwork, being a leader, learning, wanting to learn, being a follower, listening. So everything on the court can help you in life and in school.
Now, through this, I'm curious to know, were there any challenges that you faced in addressing gun violence? And also, I want to talk about how gun violence is a very serious issue in our communities. And, we talked about it previously in the segment before, but it also affects a lot of children. And it's something that even if they don't fully understand, they may know that it's going on. So how do you address that? And maybe what are some challenges that go with that?
Well, the challenge it is for me is getting the kids and the parents involved at first. Sometimes they're like, I don't want my kids over there, or I don't like that side of the neighborhood and everything. But the goal is to encourage them and give them that confidence. Listen, let's work together. Let's get your kid here. Let's make sure they have a safe environment. Let's give them something to do. Because I know you don't want your kid wandering off in these streets making the wrong decisions. And as far as, challenges and everything else, it's like once you get one foot in the door, everything is just on the road. So I don't know how much more I could say about challenges. Just getting everybody involved, the parents and the kids. Once you get them involved, everything else smooth sailing.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And then I'm curious to know, what is it like in the summer? I know that we have like spring and people, I mean, honestly, even now that it's winter, I still see people outside playing basketball. But I'm curious to know, what is this experience like in the height of summer where all the kids are off and people have a little bit more free time?
Summer might be one of the hardest things to get kids to in the parks with basketball because there's a lot of parks and everything else going on. And I feel like the violence level is a little higher in the summer. So my goal is to start January, February. Listen, I need you to be involved with me in the summer. I need you to bring your kids over in the summer. I have a platform. I want them to come perform. Just to get them there. Because I really don't like hearing a lot of violence and everything because I know it goes down a lot in the summer. So I have a platform. I want to get it out there.
And I also want to touch on the fact that it's something for boys and girls, which I think is very cool because a lot of the times when we hear about basketball, it's usually just for boys or just for people who are really, really good at it and want to be basketball players when they grow up. Can you talk about the importance of having it be open to anybody that's willing to join?
Yes. Well, I like boys. I like watching the boys play and everything, but it's just something about watching the girls play that makes you like, oh, these girls play just as hard as the boys. So you can't forget, you can't overlook the girls because, there's a lot of talent out there with the women, man. And even with the women, it might not be gun violence, but I don't want the women out there, fighting in the summer and doing or, making the wrong decisions as well. Y'all could come on over too. This is not a biased league where we just deal with men or boys and everything. We welcome women, girls, everything as well.
Now, are there any volunteer opportunities or something for people who are watching and they realize, yes, gun violence is an issue in our community and they want to do something about it?
We take all participate, any volunteers and everything. We're still, even though this is about to be our 8th summer, we're still fresh, we're still new. So we welcome anybody that want to volunteer, anybody that want to help out, because it may sound easy, but this thing is a job and it's something I took on, and I welcome all the help because the more help I get, the more kids we get involved. The more kids we get involved, the more lives we can save.
And as you mentioned, it's not easy to have it, be around from 2017 and to still go is, tremendous, a tremendous accomplishment that I feel definitely you should be proud of. With that, looking to the future, the next 5, 10, 15 years, what do you hope to see for the program and how do you hope it expands?
I want to have a Shoes Not Guns in different states, possibility. I want to have the platform anywhere, because gun violence is not just in New York, it's not just in the Bronx, it's everywhere. So we could get Shoes Not Guns expanded to different states. Instead of having these 250 to 300 kids saved, we could have 2,000, 3,500 kids saved.
Now, I'm curious to know for your own personal experience, how has basketball or just being a part of sports impacted your upbringing?
Well, basketball saved me because growing up, as you know, Shoes Not Guns is where I grew up. So playing a game of basketball and watching the older people play basketball inspired me. Like, okay, this saved me, kept me out of trouble. I want to pass that on to the next generation because I want to see these kids strive and be better.
And with that, do you feel like this is something that's multi-generational, as in it could help connect not just kids with each other, but kids could maybe understand the older folks in their community and what they went through, and maybe the older folks could understand what kids are going through today. Do you see that or hope that's something that can come from this?
Yes, it all starts with us adults. The kids look up to us. So if we're showing them the right path and we're guiding them, they'll listen. They'll show when they grow up, they're 18 or whatever, when they have kids, they'll show the same thing. So it's all like a formula, like, you know, be your best around these kids so they can be the best when they grow up around their kids.
That's amazing. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing a little bit about the community that you've built to keep, children in our community safe. So thank you so much for joining
No
us.
problem.
To learn more about their programs, please visit their website on your screen below. We have to take a quick break. We'll be back with more Open after this.